When Mick Malthouse was officially appointed Carlton's senior coach, one of his first requests was to secure the services of longtime friend Rob Wiley. On today's episode of Inside Carlton, we get to know how the former Richmond Premiership player and Western Australian is settling into his new role as Blues Director of Coaching and Development. Rob, you said when you were first appointed, Mick gave you the call up to get you across to the Blues, that you were surprised to hear from him.
We've been in constant contact, obviously, Michelle, but surprised in the fact that look, I probably knew he really wanted to coach again, but whether he did was another question. So for him to have that interest and then have interest in me coming with him was certainly a surprise, because you know, we certainly worked for 10 years at West Coast, had a lot of success, we had a lot of fun. So as much as it was a surprise, it was a very pleasant surprise.
You're often described as his right-hand man. How does the coaching relationship work?
Well, we've both got a good knowledge of each other and how we work and I suppose our strengths. And you know, I've got to say that the 10 years he was at West Coast Eagles, listening to how he went about it, his preparation, his hard work, was a real eye-opener, and certainly helped me in my coaching sort of job that lasted up until 2006. So yeah, I suppose that we've got trust, you know, and I think in any relationship, once you've got trust, then lots of things can unfold. And I suppose when Michael, you know, sort of accepted the Carlton job, that was one of the reasons that he wanted me to come along, because you know, it's always nice to bring someone along that you know and you trust. And I'm just thankful that he did think of me, because it's been just a wonderful opportunity for myself to be able to, you know, come back into the football world, but also to work at a traditional club like Carlton. You know, playing at Richmond was fantastic, but now coaching at Carlton has also been a great experience so far, and it's only in its early days. So just I think that trust factor, Michelle, is really important.
You've been quoted as saying Carlton players would be challenged by Mick. How so?
Challenged in many ways. One is their honesty to each other. You know, as a player, Michael, I love that camaraderie, the fact that, you know, if we'd have any success, you had to be as one. So they'll be challenged to work as one, not to rely on any one individual. And I think Mick's already quoted saying that, you know, we've got to take away the workload off Chris Judd and spread that workload. He'll challenge him to be very defensive-minded, because that was the way he played, that was the way he coached at West Coast. He brought in that defensive element, and certainly that's the way he coached at Collingwood. So they'll be challenged to know their roles out there on the ground to make sure that we can become a really good defensive side. They'll be challenged in their work ethic. You know, there's only one way to succeed, and that's hard work. So their professionalism, I think, you know, that's where Mick leaves, you know, no stone unturned in his professionalism, and he'll expect the same from the coaching staff and also the players.
We have some young coaches, aside from Gavin Brown, on our coaching.
He's young.
Youngish. So your role as Director of Coaching, you'll be working with those coaches?
Yes, yeah. Yeah, so obviously it's changed a little bit. I'm taking the midfield, so I'm sort of facilitating the midfield area, and what an exciting challenge that is with some of our excellent midfielders that we have here. So that is really exciting, but also to, you know, it's not about, there's no right or wrong in coaching. It's about being the most effective you can. And every opportunity that I have, you know, I'll sit with the coaches and just give them some feedback, challenge them to see whether, you know, we could do that better. So that's obviously Gavin Brown and John Barker as the line coaches, but also the development coaches in Matthew Capuano, Lukey Webster and Brad Green. So yeah, as I said, it's not about me telling them what to do, but just, you know, obviously giving them some feedback, because as I said, we can't grow unless we get feedback.
Wins and losses aside, for you, what determines a successful season?
One, it's the players really enjoy it. They enjoy coming here and learning as much as they can. Two, the fact that, you know, they're trying to help each other. You know, they're trying to play the roles that the coaches give them. And I suppose cerebral, there's no denying it, Michelle. You can't take away the wins and the losses. It really, it's business end. You know, we've got to make sure that we improve in all those aspects. And the end result will look after itself. So, you know, obviously you need a touch of luck. You need to keep, you know, your players healthy. And if we can do that, then I believe that there's great improvement here at Carlton Footy Club.
Well, Rob, you've made a very positive impact at the club in your short time, and we wish you all the best for this season.
Thanks, Michelle.